Hello, Mugcord. It's June 23rd today, 2024, which means it's Sonic's 33rd anniversary. I decided I wanted to do something to celebrate. So I went on Tier Maker. I came across a couple Sonic game tier lists. Most of them sucked for different reasons. This one isn't necessarily great either, it's just the most readable. Like, fucking every Sonic game with exceptions. This is, like, kind of okay, but some of those exceptions are, like, notable. Or the first one I found is just called All Sonic Games, but, like, it uses, first of all, bizarre crops for a couple of these. It also uses enough JP titles to trip me up, rather. I think, G Sonic. Yeah, G Sonic is over here. I had to be like, what the fuck is G Sonic again? It's Sonic Blast. This also has that fucking Lego tie-in game. Like, Lego tie-in Flash game. Which might be on this one, maybe. But, no, this is the one I decided to do. Because it has pretty much everything that I would want to ask for. So let's just go ahead. Sonic 1 Genesis, the game that started it all, I still think it's fun to go back to and to replay, although it's kind of difficult to go back to. You know, the whole thing is like, oh, Green Hill and like maybe Starlight are like the fun zones, and every other zone is kind of just like an obligation, you know? Sonic 2 improved on it so dramatically, so quickly, that it's like, it's hard to kind of go back to it. Certainly these days, I feel like if you go back to Sonic 1, you're doing it through, like, Origins, the Taxman version in general, maybe the mobile decomp, or Sonic 1 Forever. Just, you know, you're not playing the original games these days. Oh, sorry, I just got an email. I bought some Sonic comics, and those are arriving today. Let's track my package. I'll make sure I listen out for the door. In the meantime, though, yeah, Sonic 1, the degree to which it's kind of aged tempts me to put it in C tier? Firmly in the middle? That's probably fine. I'll potentially put up to B later. Master System Sonic 1, I have played through it, and it's probably like a D, maybe. I can't help but think the very different context in which this game exists, or no, the context in which I play this game today is so far removed from its initial release. You're playing that thing on a Game Gear, you've got your 6 AA batteries, you're fully knowing that it's like a shorter, quicker game. But obviously nowadays we can play Sonic 1 just as handheld as, like Mega Drive Sonic 1, just as proper as Master System Sonic 1, so it feels a bit weird. Yeah, it's got some decent music, the physics are a bit weird, some of the later level designs are a bit weird. Sorry, I just noticed that says Master System, Game Gear. I haven't actually played the Master System version. Can I? Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna, like, shove it down to the bottom, I think. You can see that this is quite big. You know what, while we're on that, I'm just going to put these down here as well. Okay, sweet, yeah. Like, the Master System versions are better than the Game Gear versions because they've got less screen crunch. Wow, what a crazy hot take. But I've only played Game Gear, so that's where it's going. Genesis Sonic 2, fucking honestly, like, straight up, this game's great. It's so fucking fun. Every level is, like, memorable and enjoyable. I even like Oil Ocean Zone, honestly. Even Metropolis Zone. It's a bit bullshit, but I like it, you know? I think Without getting ahead of myself too much, I just noticed that Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles are separate games on this tier list. That was not that wise of me, but whatever, we'll get back there. Without getting ahead of myself too much, I actually think Sonic 2 is sometimes more fun to replay for me than Sonic 3. I think it's just like the levels are a slightly better sweet spot in length. I think maybe the game is a bit more balanced. Like, Sonic 3 is like pretty even across its main stages. Sonic and Knuckles, though, starts to get a bit weird, I think. Like, Flying Battery goes on for quite long, and it has those, like, rotating pillars that you need to wait on. Sandopolis, Act 2, is very, very long. Lava Roof's good. Sky Sanctuary, or Hidden Palace, is just a boss fight. Sky Sanctuary is good. Death Egg's also quite long. So I don't know. But Sonic 2, I feel like Metropolis is quite long, and it's followed by like an auto-scroller, but I don't know, that part of the game feels a bit better to me. Sonic 2 Game Gear, I haven't actually played any amount of such that I could talk about it. I have played it, but like, not for more than like a couple minutes at a time. In fact, I'll just get ahead right here. Same for Sonic Chaos, same for Sonic Triple Trouble. That's, I guess, the Master System version of Sonic Chaos, which I will just shove at the bottom as well. Yeah, Sonic CD. There was kind of this whole thing with Sonic CD historically, where, like, you could only play it on Sega CD, so not a lot of people played it, so it was kind of perceived as, like, a hidden gem of the series. And then Gems Collection came out, plus emulation just got pretty good. A lot more people play CD. Taxman re-release comes out, a lot more people play CD. Origins comes out. You basically don't have an excuse not to have played CD anymore. So now CD has faced the brunt of the public opinion. And I think CD is solidly in C tier as well. C for CD. I mean, I don't have any take on it that's particularly unique, you know. It's kind of fun for exploration. The levels are, like, very vertically orientated. But I think there's only actually kind of one thing to really find when you're exploring, and it's, like, the time capsule or whatever. So it's just kind of find the time capsule, destroy it, okay, get to the end of the level. That's your exploration in CD. That's not really that appealing to me, especially because, like, the time capsules are only going to be in, like, one place each time, you know? Like, it's... So I don't love it. Free and Knuckles, you know, I'm making the executive decision to treat this as Sonic 3 and Knuckles, so we're just gonna move that down here as well. Like, it's either S or A, but the fact that I'm saying or A is, like, notable, isn't it? Because I think, I mean, the thing I just said, Free and Knuckles is a bit harder to replay because it's a bit lengthier. One of the things that I really like about Free and Knuckles is that the game feels very well designed around all three of its playable characters. There are tons of routes for every character. But then you go play the game again, you notice, like, Knuckles route is the de facto hard mode. That's good, that's cool, but, like, he's missing quite a bit of content, you know? It's not even just, like, oh, his game ends before Sonic's does. It does, but that's no biggie. But, like, his Carnival Night doesn't even have a boss. Like, what? What's kind of going on there? That's a bit weird. I don't love going for the Super Emeralds either. I think Free and Knuckles, or the and Knuckles half is a bit... It feels quite sparse with the special stage rings compared to Free proper. You can get 7 in Mushroom Hill, but, like, you need to, like, really, really look for that. But then once you're past that, it's not impossible. There's definitely a couple, but I feel like if you don't get multiple Super Emeralds in Mushroom Hill, you're gonna have a kind of difficult time, like working your way up to the right amount of super emeralds. But you know what? I mean, it's free Knuckles, right? like I'm sitting here saying my problems with the game. It's free Knuckles. The level design is immaculate. Narratively, it's like really incredible, which is impressive for how little it's. Like, there's no voiceover or fucking anything. It's just the cutscenes like speak a lot. It'll go in S tier. I think I'm going to try loosely order the tiers, but this is already like a hard one to order. It's weird, I used to like prefer Sonic 3 so much more than Sonic 2, but I think these days it's just like Sonic 2 feels a lot more comfortable as like a pick up and play type of game. I'll maybe keep Sonic 2 ahead. Knuckles Chaotix I've actually only played for about 5 minutes. I tried to emulate it and I weirdly had trouble. So we stopped there. Sonic Blast? It's either E or F. Blast is very ugly, controls very badly, and the level design sucks a lot. Like a lot. I played it recently, just for Origins. I was just knocking out like random games. It's just bad. It really sucks, honestly. I can't remember the name of that game's particular water level, but it's really hard to navigate. Blast, F. Yeah, F will do. Pocket Adventure, huh. Okay, see, I'm now faced with like I kind of want to put it in like B tier in terms of quality. It's really fun, but I don't want to put it above 1 or CD. C tier is probably fine, actually. Pocket Adventure, it's like kind of a meme because like IGN gave it a 10 or something on release. So it's like, whoa, holy shit, they fucking blah blah blah. But the game's good, actually. It looks really nice. The visuals are charming as hell. Most of the music is just like remixes of old tracks, so it's good stuff. It's a pretty fun game. C tier is fine, I think. Okay, Advanced Trilogy. I'm looking at like the rest of what's to come. I'm gonna knock Sonic 1 and CD up a tier. Maybe just Sonic 1. This is hard, actually. I think I have, like, notably more fun playing Sonic 1 than Sonic CD, but also... okay, that'll do. Okay, Advance. I need to, like, replay the Advance Trilogy sometime soon, because it's actually been a while since I played most of them, like, properly. I'm just gonna get out of the way. Advance 2 is my favourite. It's quite a silly game. It's ridiculously fast-paced. Most of the levels are like a downhill ramp. But it's fun. It's cool. It feels satisfying to learn the levels and play through them quickly. The trick system is great. It's a good time. Advance 1... Do I think it's an entire tier below? Because the thing for me is Advance 1 is good, but I think, and this is probably because I haven't played it quite as much as Advance 2, it's not like super duper memorable to me. I'm going to put it in there for now. The specific thing is like, I got Advance 2 for like my birthday at some point. Played the fuck out of that. I have played the fuck out of that. So it's just near and dear, as it were. Advance 1 I haven't played as much, so I don't remember it quite as well. It can probably stay in the same tier. I think it's probably less distinctive than Advance 2, because its level design is kind of just like fairly solid 2D Sonic level design, whereas Advance 2 has the like, oh, this is, it's so fucking fast that it like stands out. Advance 3, see, this is another, I want to be replaying this at some point soon, because the last time I played Advance 3, I kind of hated it. Like, quite a lot. I found it to be, like, really, really aggravating and frustrating, and I didn't like the level design or enemy placement or boss design at all. It felt the most dimpsy, I suppose. But then if I were to replay it, maybe like more than a couple times, get used to the level design, and also take note of like the tag team feature. The tag team feature is cool as fuck. How am I wording this? I haven't actually even played Advance 3 enough to like know every like moveset from each like possible character combo. But it's like that's part of the fun of the game, you know, like genuinely experimenting, figuring out how people work, finding the pairs that you think work best for each stage. I'll say that like the game is a bit awkward on the first playthrough because you need to be playing as Sonic when you beat the boss acts in order to even unlock the other characters, which also means you don't get to experiment with those characters' movesets until quite a bit later into the game. But, like, I mean, it's a fucking Sonic game. You're supposed to replay them, so I don't really care. I'm going to put it... It's either top of D or in C tier for me. The thing is, I feel like from the last time I played it, it's probably a D. But I also feel like I'm... You know, I just need to replay this. I think C is probably fine. Love the visuals of the entire Advance trilogy, by the way. Those games are, like, a fucking, like, godsend, artistically. The entire sprite fight, like, culture of the 2000s would be nowhere without Sonic Advance. Rush. Rush is kind of similar to the Advance games, I think, in terms of, like, well, they're dimps. They're very dimpsy. The level design, particularly the further in you get, can be pretty crazy, such that it's a case of, like, you kind of need to replay them and know what the bullshit parts are. But they're very fun. Rush, I mean. I like Blaze as a character a ton. I like that game's just, like, setting in general. Hearing the trick sound and Sonic saying, yeah, whoa, yeah, all the time is... It's a little aggravating, but it's kind of fun. I'm gonna maybe say... This can also go in B tier. It's probably above Sonic Advance. Rush Adventure... The level design is probably a bit better than Rush on average. And I also like being able to swap between Sonic and Blaze, like, between stages, instead of just, like, here's the Sonic playthrough, here's the Blaze playthrough, where the difficulty balancing is fucked up. But Rush Adventure is also weird because, it's in the Sol Dimension, and the Sol Dimension is primarily water. And so, the game has quite a lot of, like... I'll say extraneous content. Fluff, basically. Between, like, the main stages. With the, like, shipbuilding sections and lots of missions and replaying stuff. And there's quite a lot of random islands that'll just have, like, here's, like, a 30-second stage or something. And they're fun, but they're a bit weird. To be fair, I probably also need to replay Rush Adventure. I think I've only beat it like 2 or 3 times. I'll put it in C tier. I don't think it hits as hard as these do for me. Colors DS I haven't played actually. Generations 3DS I have played. I'm putting it in D tier. It's... I believe I've described it as the new Super Mario Bros. Of Sonic games. It's very... Like... Generations by design is, you know, it's like a nostalgia trip. Here's a bunch of familiar aesthetics. Console Generations makes it work super well because the, like, graphics are great. They're still great. And of course the gameplay is, like, so much different. 3DS Generations, I think, is, like, notably worse. Visually, it's incomparable, obviously. And then you've got two gameplay styles. You've got classic Sonic, and you've got like Rush Sonic, but with like more moveset stuff removed. You know, you've got two different 2D Sonics. It doesn't really feel substantially different enough. They're just kind of a bit boring. God, speaking of New Super Mario Bros., Sonic 4, Episode 1? It's either D or E, I think. Because, I mean, you know, like, there's not much to say about Sonic 4 Episode 1 that, like, hasn't been said already anyway. It probably is closer to D. But then I feel like if I put it in D, I'm going to want to put Episode 2 in C. And I definitely don't want to do that. So, okay. Here's what's happening. Episode 1 is just kind of bad and ugly and doesn't have good physics, doesn't have great level design. 4 Episode 2 is improved. Like, it definitely is improved on, like, pretty much every count, but it's still just a bit too short, a bit too boring. Level themes are still a bit it's very automated. Dimps love their boost pads and their springs and stuff. It's just not very good. Oh, Shattered Crystal. I have 100% completed Shattered Crystal, actually. I remember around the time of the Wii U's release, or around the time of Sonic Boom's release, I didn't quite have a Wii U. But I did have a 3DS, so I was like, okay, well, I want Boom, obviously, because I was like 13 or something. No, I was 14. That's how age works. Shattered Crystal's okay, I guess. Maybe. I haven't replayed it in about 9 years. I'm going to say D is probably fair for it. It's a somewhat workable execution of a Sonic Metroidvania. And to be fair, there's a couple sections that are like automated-esque, and it's basically like a quick time event of making sure you remember to use your ability. But those were kind of fun, I remember. So, you know, Fire and Ice I haven't played. Mania is going at the top of S tier. Mania is fucking incredible. It's like there's like half a stage in Mania that I dislike. I don't really like the Hydro City bubble section. That's it. Otherwise, Mania's great for literally its entire run. It doesn't like lose steam near the end, kind of like Sonic 2. It doesn't have like mismatched playthrough thing like Sonic 3. It's just like goated as fuck. It's my favorite Sonic game, honestly. Yeah, no, Mania is good. The only thing I'd say against it on like a kind of wider scale, Mania isn't great at designing its levels for every character. The game is by far the most fun as Sonic. Tails, there's not really loads that takes advantage of his ability. There's not too many secrets that, like, oh, only Tails can reach here. Knuckles, he has a decent amount of alternate routes and stuff, but it's not quite like he's got a different game. Mighty is kind of just crap. Ray is a bit of a unique case, wherein the game isn't really built around him, but also you can go fucking crazy with Ray, so I think Ray's fine for it. But no, S tier overall. Superstars... The control is good, obviously. Some of the level design... Well, most of the level design's pretty good. But I don't like the Chaos Emerald abilities. I really don't like the boss fights. And my most recent memories with the game are doing Trip's story, which is shit because of fucking enemy spam everywhere, and then doing the true final boss, which is shit because it's really boring and you're basically just waiting on like RNG rings. I it's either high D tier or in C tier. The game also doesn't look very good. I remember we learned that interview where, like, Izuka or somebody said, oh, we were thinking of going for either a hand-drawn style or, like, a CG 3D style. And everybody's just like, why the fuck didn't you do the hand-drawn style? Ugly, music bad. The stages aren't great at being designed around multiple characters, but I do like the couple zones that are just like Act Sonic, Act Tails, Act Knuckles, Act Amy. Those are good. Those are designed around the characters well. If you're playing the game single player, then they're not even like a problem. It's just a way to encourage you to play other characters. If you're playing the game multiplayer, like the focus on the box, then it's just like hey, sorry, nobody's playing the game anymore except from you, which I think is really dumb. But whatever. The multiplayer in general seems bad. I'll keep it in C, I think. There's enough solid levels to where it can keep the points, I suppose. 3D Blast, that's one I also need to go back to because I haven't played it very much. I'm just gonna throw in E, I think. I don't think 3D Blast is very good. Shocker. It's not as atrocious as, I guess, Sonic Blast is for me, but still. Adventure 1. I only actually got Adventure 1, like, somewhat recently. Like, it's been multiple years at this point, but, like, it wasn't like a childhood game for me. And in fact, the first time I played it was DX, which, like, there's this, like, people learned that DX was, like, a notably bad port or whatever, and now there's this fandom mentality that DX is, like, fucking horrible and ruinous, and if you've only played DX, then you haven't even played the real Sonic Adventure. If you can help it, you should play the original Sonic Adventure, or as close to it as possible. But it's not like, if you played Sonic Adventure DX and didn't like it, I don't think playing Sonic Adventure is going to, like, change your opinion very much. That's a bit of a tangent, though. But no, because I haven't spent quite as much time with Sonic Adventure as, like, some of the other 3D titles we'll get to, I don't hold it in quite as high regard. But I'm between A tier and B tier, certainly. It's aged in quite a lot of ways, but the gameplay is still very fun for mostly just Sonic. I don't think Tails is that good. You can just kind of fly over levels too much. Knuckles is fun, although I think his stages are a bit too small. Amy is bad. Big is not exactly good. Gamma is pretty fun. But then it's not like that's not me saying, oh, only like 1/6 of the game is like really good or something. No, Sonic has like so much more fucking stages than everybody. He's got the longest campaign by far. I'll put it in B tier. That seems fair. Essay 2. This is another weird one because the speed stages are a lot closer to 1/3 of the game. For a while, I kind of subscribed to the, like, oh, the speed stages are the only good part. The treasure hunting stages are like bad, and the mech stages are even worse. But I have recently put quite a bit more time into just SA2 as a whole, and the other gameplay styles. I think all of them are great, actually. Like, the speed stages are the best, but I can replay the mech stages and have fun. Going for A ranks in the mech stages is, like, where they become especially fun. And then the treasure hunting stages, the radar sucking hurts them a bit. I'll have to admit, on Steam I've got the fucking like cheat code enabled in the SC2 mod manager that just makes all emeralds tracked at once, I think the game is a lot more fun. Or I think treasure hunting stages are a lot more fun like that. But no, they're good. The treasure hunting stages are so large that like only having one radar at a time is dumb anyway. It's not like having 3 of them breaks it, you know? They spawn far enough apart, it's no biggie. Anyway. Yeah, no, SC2 is good. The music is incredible, the story is really fun. Chair Garden hasn't ever been something I adore, but also I respect it so fucking much. I'm between A and S for Adventure 2. The thing is, I feel like if I don't put it in A, or no, if I put it in A, I don't know if any other 3D game is going to get into S. But also, is it as good as those? It kind of is. Maybe. Heroes. Heroes... It was weird growing up and learning how divisive Heroes actually is, because I think Heroes is awesome. Just straight up. I like the gameplay a ton. I love the aesthetic a ton. The music is great. The story is completely whatever. But just the gameplay, really. The gameplay's great. It's also another one, by the way, where, especially going for A ranks, shit's really fun. Being able to clear a hero stage death list is great. I used to, when I was younger, subscribe to the, like, just play, like, Team Rose or something, you know? The Sonic. It's not that Team Sonic stages are too hard or something, but they get a bit too long at the end. I don't agree with that sentiment anymore. Team Rose stages are too short and too easy. Team Sonic is pretty much the perfect, like, difficulty for the game. Once you're pretty good at Team Sonic, Team Dark becomes, like, a viable option. They're harder, enemies have a bit more health. The combat can be a bit of a slog on bulkier enemies, but I like it. And then Team Chaotix, I will admit I don't really have a defense there. But I like Heroes a lot. I'm gonna put it in A tier, which is above Sonic Adventure 1, which will probably be the most controversial thing to happen on this list. Okay. Shadow, that's like a... I think Shadow plays decently well. But, nah. You know, I'm struggling. We'll go in D tier. I can't, like... Yeah, that looks right. That looks right for D tier. I don't know, I find Shadow kinda fun. The gunplay is, like, decent. But the mission objectives, like, tank so many of the stages. And I'll be frank, I haven't, like, 100%... I haven't gotten all A ranks. I haven't downloaded a complete save. I haven't played expert mode, which should supposedly make the game, like, a bit more fun. It can stay in D. It's a bit 06. That's a topic, isn't it? I think... like, the thing about 06 is it's the subject of so much discussion and debate that it feels like public opinion on it can change at, like, any given moment. There's a particular thing where, like, newer Sonic fans are like, come on guys, 06 wasn't that bad, and it's like, have you played it? You know? One particularly frustrating sentiment I've seen a couple times is people using Project 06 as proof of 06 actually being, like, good. No. Project 06 does not represent, oh, here's what would have happened if 06 had, like, a bit more time in the oven. Because Chaos X added so much more to that game that we have no way of saying, like, would have been in the original game. You know? Like, that game is Chaos X's vision. It's not, oh, here's Sonic X if it had... Nope, not Sonic X, what the fuck? Chaos X, blah blah blah. Here's Sonic 06 if it had, like, a working physics engine and, like, consistent performance. No, PSX is a lot more than that. Such that you go back to 06, it's slow, it controls like piss, the game is a buggy fucking mess, it's slow in terms of literal gameplay, it's also slow in terms of performance, the loading screens are all over the place, the town missions are such a pace killer, the story is just really bad. Like, some characters are well characterized in it, but the story is bad. 06 sucks. No amount of, like, oh, well, the level design is good when we, took it into, like, another game made by Chaos X in, like, a different game engine and stuff, I think can really save that. The music's good. There's no... Don't worry, I'm not gonna make the case, like, but no, the music's fucking incredible. It's one of the best soundtracks in the series, but just... the sheer state that 06 is in, I kind of don't know if I can put it anywhere else. I feel like 06 is... I'll put it above Sonic Blast, I guess. 06 just sucks. It just isn't good. Like, if you're one of the younger fans being like, oh, come on, 06 is good, look at the story or whatever. First of all, pay attention. Metallus sucks. The game doesn't have a good story. Like, shut up. You're not paying attention. And two, just play the game on original hardware. Go on. Go get an Xbox 360 or do even worse, a PS3. Play 06. See how far you can get it. Is it fun? It isn't. It's never fun at any moment. Bad video game. Secret Rings. I really liked Secret Rings growing up. And I think with that in mind, I'm like somewhat forgiving of it. It's a very different type of Sonic game. It's, mostly on rails. I think there's validity to that approach. And 06, like, watching some of the levels be played through, it's pretty fun because the game has a good sense of spectacle. A lot of the levels are, like, really nice environments with a lot of, like, variety within them. There'll be cool, like, in-stage set pieces or whatever. That's just good. But playing the game, dealing with the controls, isn't quite so great. It's got a really quite detailed and in-depth, like, level up system and skill system. The multiplayer party mode is honestly, like, the best multiplayer in the series, potentially. But I'm gonna put it in D tier. Quite near the top. I like a decent amount of it. Unleashed. This is, like, my great shame to admit. I have only actually played through, like, HD Unleashed, like, once or twice. I just didn't get a chance to pick it up when I was, like, particularly younger. And then when I like played it when I was older, I was kind of doing like I just want to have played Unleashed, like I wasn't quite giving it like the full time of day, like I was being kind to it, but I could have been being kinder. I could have played it a bit more than I did, basically. I'm tempted. Hot take here. Daytime stages, incredible. Nighttime stages, not very good. Unleashed's perception has, like, changed a lot in the years since it released. It's a game that's held in quite high regard by most of the fans at this point. Certainly not without reason. To a lot of people, it was the last, like, AAA Sonic game, Certainly, it's a graphical fucking showcase. Like, Jesus Christ, that game looks good, even today. The story is really, really great. The daytime stages are bangers. I'm fine with Werehog as, like, a concept as well. It's just the Werehog combat is not quite good enough to carry how long the stages are, I think. And I cannot stress enough, by the way, how long the stages actually are. Most of them are like 15 to 20 minutes. A couple of the later ones start surpassing half an hour in length. I beat Eggman Land in like 45 minutes or something. That's pretty good. That's like faster than average, you know? Like, medal hunting is a bit lame. I'm gonna put Unleashed in B tier with the I need to replay this expectation, because I'm also noticing now that Sonic Heroes is above Sonic Adventure and Sonic Unleashed, which is a real target on my head. But you know, I just wanna play it more. Sonic Unleashed plus PSP? What? Was that a thing? I don't think Sonic Unleashed didn't get released on PSP. That's completely fucking fake. What even was the name of the, like, Java? Java was the phone it came out on. PSP. Yeah, no, shocker, it's not on PSP. This wasn't some weird, like, stealth thing I didn't know about. Anyway, Unleashed. I had Unleashed as a kid. I got it pretty close to release date, actually. I played the fuck out of it. I haven't played it since I was a kid, actually. I would like to go back to it. From memory, the game is a bit more balanced in terms of, like, day stage and night stage playtime. But it's also clearly lacking content compared to its HD counterpart. Missouri doesn't have a day stage whatsoever. Empire City is gone. Graphically, bit of a downgrade, shocker. There's no hub worlds, it's just little cardboard cutout PNGs. I do like the Gaia temples, those are quite fun. I can probably put it in C tier quite confidently, even having not replayed it in a while. I might, should I move Unleashed up? I feel like the feeling of me wanting to move Unleashed up is one related to, like, its kind of prestige by the modern Sonic fandom. It's so nice, and the story is so good, and the music is so incredible that, come on, I can't put it in the B tier. But also, like, seriously sitting down and playing, particularly the nighttime stages, and doing the medal hunting, just isn't great. I'll put it above Advanced 2. That's my compromise. Black Knight. Black Knight is kind of like Secret Rings, but it controls a bit better. Well, a lot better. The set pieces and environments, I think, are a bit worse. They're still good than Secret Rings. The swordplay's cool. The multiple playable characters, frankly, Sonic is the best one, but the multiple playable characters are cool. I like the night boss fights quite a bit. The music's great. I think it has better missions than Secret Rings. There are a lot of, like, filler missions in both games, but they're pretty fun. Black Knight can be in C tier. Yeah. I'm still able to, like, go back and play Black Knight and actually have fun with it, to be fair, so I think C tier is one that works for me. I'm gonna get a drink 1 second. Okay. Yeah. Black Knight good. Well, quite good. Sort of good. I have more fun with the actual game proper than a lot of people do. I like the skill system. I like the item system that not a lot of people talk about. I like the weapon crafting system as well. That's one that really doesn't come up. You can, like, make weapons for the other characters in that game, and they have gameplay differences. It's really cool. Yeah, decent game. Colors. Ooh. Colors is another game which the fandom perception has kind of shifted, although in this case a bit more towards the negative. It was really well received on release because we finally got our the daytime stages from Unleashed, but an entire game of them. But the monkey's paw curled, and most of the levels are 2D and have incredibly simplistic and not very interesting platforming challenges, which, yeah, that's kind of a bit crappy, isn't it? But I think Colors is still pretty fun. You're not going to replay most of the stages, you'll really just play, like, it's usually the Act 1s of each environment. But, you know, they're good. I'll put it in B tier. I'll put it below Unleashed. That probably seems fair. Generations is... Ooh. See, Generations... Honestly, it's the best boost gameplay in the series. Which is crazy, because it doesn't even control as good as, like, Frontiers or something. Which, sounds like a hot take, but in Generations, when you're in midair, if you press boost, you will always go in the direction that Sonic is facing in that instance. And that has fucked me up before, because sometimes I will be holding right in a 2D section and boost, but because Sonic, like, launched off, like, one of the like, fucking clouds in Sky Sanctuary, I boosted left and I failed the little to get to the button before the Egg Robo does challenge. That's shit. But that's, like, the only fucking problem with modern Sonic's control in that game. Otherwise, he's great. The level designs are incredible. Classic Sonic's still good, but he's definitely less replayable. I'm actually going to keep this in S tier. Yeah, I like, thought about it for a minute. I was like, it's probably... Nah. Generations is really fucking fun. I even like a ton of the missions. There's a lot of bad ones. The duplicate races are really boring, but, like, the ones that, like, put you in actually, like, quite interesting level design challenges, they're fun. Generations is very good. Yeah, hot take, I know. Sonic Generations is good. Whoa, calm down there. Lost World, E tier. I don't like Lost World. It's so annoying to play. It's annoying to control. It's very... Like, the level designs are super uninspired a lot of the time. It's not particularly fun to just hold forward with absolutely no, like, meaningful obstacles in your way, like, ever. If they are, just, run to the other side of the cylindrical planet and you're fine. The 2D segments pose more of a challenge, but it's so, like, benign and uninteresting. I don't like Lost World. It's just not a good fucking game. Lost World 3DS, I have not played yet. Rise of Lyric, I also have not played yet, surprisingly. Forces, now I get to talk about Forces. It's a boost game. The boost level designs are, at their best, they're solid, but at their best, they're also like a minute long. And the worst ones tend to go on for a bit longer. The Avatar gameplay, I think, is kind of crap. You're often just boost Sonic without the boost. There's sometimes, like, Wisp gameplay that can be kind of fun, but I only mean kinda, because usually it's just, hey, you had, Hover equipped? Okay, here's Hover. Yay, I skipped the level design for several minutes in a row. And then Classic Sonic is really, really bad. He feels incredibly awful, and Honestly, the level designs probably aren't that bad for classic Sonic, but because he feels so shit to control, there is no fun to be had with him. But I have 100% completed Forces. I've actually done it almost twice. I've played for it like a couple more times than a lot of people have. I don't think it's that unfun. I'll put it in D. Above Generations 3DS once again. Don't know why I fucking hate Generations 3DS so much, apparently. But no, Forces is eh. Colors Ultimate. I mean, it's kind of interesting that this is even like on the list, considering OG Colors is. You're dealing with worse visuals, and a couple things have been like, or no, a couple like level design sections have been replaced to accommodate the Jade Wisp. And also there's those Metal Sonic Challenge races. I think I can confidently put the game like a whole letter grade below OG Colors. Yeah, that seems fair. Like, if you've never played Colors and you can't be fucked with emulators, Colors Ultimate is fine. You know? It's still Colors, it's still solid, but like, mostly just the performance is notably worse. The visuals, the music. There's things it adds that are kind of fun. Mostly the character customization on Sonic, but it's not that good. That's kind of it. The Metal Sonic races aren't really very good. The Jade Wisp feels really bad. Yeah. Frontiers. Ooh. Frontiers is interesting. I think the perception of Frontiers leans towards, yeah, this is like a really good step in the right direction, you know? It did a lot of things right, but it did so many things obviously wrong that it's like, okay, the next game needs to improve on this. And it's like, there's something about talking about a title in terms of what we want the sequel of it to do, you know? But also, I think Frontiers is, like, actually fun, you know? Like, particularly after all of the free updates. Like, I got it at launch, but the free updates really, like, made the game with the control changes and the extra platforming challenges that are, like, really hard and rewarding. The spin dash, all that shit. Final Horizon, return to other playable characters. They're all meaningfully different from one another, but still feel like fundamentally you could pick any of them and have like success. It's not like different gameplay styles, it's just different iterations of the same style. It's very good. But a lot of those challenges are kind of crappy. Visually, the game has a lot of work to do. The characterization is great. I appreciate that the game has new lore. That's one of those things. It's almost like it's still hard for me to even process that. Like, whoa, this game changed the wider Sonic canon. That hasn't happened in a while. But the story itself is still kind of whatever. It's either B or A, honestly, because I do like it a lot still. If I put fucking Frontiers above Adventure as well, people are gonna... I'm doing it, it's staying there. I like Frontiers too much. Drift, I have played for a matter of minutes. It's a racing game on the Game Gear. Yeah, that seems fair. Drift 2 is better, not by much. Sonic R is weird. It is a racing game, but it's one that you kind of need to like take your time to adjust to. I'm more or less comfortable with the controls by now. It's an on-foot racer, but if you play it like you're in a car, it basically works. But then you're still dealing with the fact that like there's 5 stages, you know? Like what? I'll put it in D. I'll put it above Sonic Generations 3DS, which I apparently fucking hate. Riders. I have played most of Riders. God, I will say, like, now that I'm at the point of comparing spin-offs to main games, that feels weird. I feel like the the standards are a bit different. Riders I like as an aesthetic. I like all the levels. I don't like the little spinny analog stick sections. B. Maybe. Maybe C. Yeah. That's probably fair. I haven't played, like, so much of Riders to have it be like, this is my favourite fucking game ever. Zero Gravity, I like more than the original Riders, but I also haven't played it since I was, like, a kid, pretty much. But I'm gonna put it in B anyway. I'm following my heart. It's fun. I like the levels more. I like the gear change system. I like the gravity stuff. I get that it's dumbed down compared to the original Riders, but cope. Free Riders is a really bad game. And the only context in which I've only played it at a friend's house because I've never owned a Kinect. It's not very fun. It's very exhausting. Every stage has some type of Kinect gimmick that it wants you to do, like splashing your arms. Those tire me out. The game is a workout. It's not very good. It killed Riders. I'm putting it in F. Yeah. Rivals. I've played Rivals for like 5 minutes. I'm going to count that as haven't played. Rivals 2 I haven't actually played. All Stars Racing I have played for like 5 minutes as well. Transformed I've played for substantially more. Transformed is really fucking good, actually. It's actually just like a damn good fucking kart racer. I'm gonna put it above Zero Gravity, I think. I like Riders as a series more than like the Sumo Digital Sonic racing games, but gameplay wise, you know, All Stars Racing Transformed, the way the stages change between laps to account for boat gameplay and plane gameplay, which have like notably different controls and physics, is fun. That game's just good as shit. Yeah. I like, obviously, kart racing games aren't that fun single player. I've only really played these single player, but still. Team Sonic Racing. I think... Did I put in D or C? Probably D, honestly. I feel like the game is polished, certainly. It looks really nice, but it's just kind of boring. Like, it is... The gameplay is, like, simplified compared to All Stars Racing, such that you've got a really simple kart racer, and the gimmicks that set it apart are the team stuff. But the team stuff kind of sucks. Especially for the single-player campaign, because, you know, then your teammates are computers that don't know how to play with you. Yeah, D tier seems fine to me. Mario and Sonic at the Olympic... You know, I'm gonna quickly fucking... I haven't played the DS version of this. I haven't played the DS version of this. I haven't played 2014 or 2016 at all. So we're left with... Yeah. Okay. I mean, most of these are just kind of dull minigame collections. The original can go top of E. Maybe D. Nah, not top of E. It's not got that many games, and they all kind of are the same thing. Winter games? Better. Notably better. There's more games, they play a bit more differently. No, they're not going to do it again. They're not going to put Sonic Generations. Ah, damn it! Winter Olympics DS. Okay, this is in a weird position where the minigames are crap, but this game has an entire story mode with like several worlds, and it's like a soft, like, puzzle. I want to say Metroidvania. It isn't, but, like, there are examples of you not being able to access an area. You play the game later on, like, Vector the Crocodile will join your party, and then you can go back to an older area and, like, get collectibles or whatever. So it kind of is. It's not... fucking honestly. Yeah, that's spicy, but... London 2012, I think it's about as good as the Winter Olympics. It's better, I like it more, but... Tokyo 2020, I have barely played this game. I'll put it in D tier. You know what, Sonic Generations 3DS? I'll give you this one. You're better than Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020. Okay? Now, maybe if I played the story mode for this game, that wouldn't quite be the case, but as is, whatever. How the fuck am I supposed to rate Waku Waku Sonic Patrol Car, which I have played to completion because it takes like 5 minutes? Should I just make a new tier? I've played, but this is barely even a game? Yeah, okay. Add a row below. Let's change you from blue to purple. And you to blue. Okay. Waka Waka Sonic Patrol Car, Cosmo Fighter, that, and I haven't played that. Okay. Sonic the Fighter's fucking B tier. Honestly. Sonic the Fighters is dope. I don't like that people don't like it. Athletics I've never played. 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 Never played Spinball. Never played. Never played. I played Tails Adventure, but not for long enough to feel like I should qualify it. Shuffle, Pinball Party, Battle, that. Okay, we'll get back to these. I feel like I can talk about the video games again. God, there's so many things happening outside my room right now. I feel like I just don't want to talk because it's like there's so much happening outside my room. Sorry, let's get back to the video. Yeah. Waka Waka Sonic Patrol Car, Cosmo Fighter Galaxy Patrol, and Popcorn Stop. I have played all of those to completion. They are all like 2 minutes long. They're not even video games. I feel no like hesitance in saying that. Fighters I might actually put down to like C, high C. I think it's fun. I'm not like too much of a fighting game player though. I like the visuals quite a lot. There's a couple videos that I can't remember the YouTube channel name made on like the topic of the game's competitive history. It seems fun, actually. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Spinball. I've not played Spinball substantially. Don't really like how it controls. I'm gonna put it in D tier, below Sonic R, I think. I'm actually gonna put Shattered Crystal above Sonic 1 Game Gear. Yeah, that seems fair. How do I rate Mean Bean Machine? It's a fucking Puyo Puyo clone. It's not even like any other game on this list. I'm not making another tier. I'm not making a tier for Puyo Puyo. You know what? It's Puyo Puyo. Puyo Puyo's good. Let's put it in fucking... there. Yeah, there you go. Labyrinth. Labyrinth is F. Labyrinth sucks. There's no point like meaningfully defending Labyrinth. It's just bad. Yeah, that seems fair. Chronicles. I haven't beat Chronicles, but when I picked up and started playing it, I was a bit like taken aback because the game has such a piss poor reputation. And for the record, the story sucks. the visuals are really ugly, and the music is awful. I guess also it's worth mentioning the fact that Sonic as a character is supposed to be like super speedy isn't like meaningfully represented in the gameplay anywhere. But it's alright. You know, the combat's decent. I like the party building. I like the PAL moves that you can share between characters. It's got optional party members, which is always a highlight. I like the Char Garden as a way of assigning buffs to characters. It's fine. I'll put it in C tier. That's D tier. Fucking moron. Yeah, D tier seems fair. D is like the lower half of the list, but that's alright. Sega Superstars Tennis. I haven't played that game since I was a very young lad. I remember it being pretty good. It's probably not that good. D is probably a fair estimate. Let's put it above Sonic Generations 3DS. Murder of Sonic. It's a visual novel. For fuck's sake, what is this list? B tier, I think. Yeah. The gameplay is, you know, a little bit different. God, I hate the degree to which this list is, like... It's quite bottom heavy, you know, towards the more mediocre tiers. Oh well. Oh, that might be my Amazon package, 1 second. It was me. Hello, by the way. How's your hike? Sweet. Naturally. Hello again. Hopefully my background noise didn't like get picked up by the microphone. I'm not fucking like cutting this part out of the video. God no. I bought some IDWs. Oh, hello. Thank you. Hello again. I got my door knocked on. I feel this recording's a bit scuffed, but that's okay. I'll open those later. There's some IDW Sonic volumes. I might make a video out of it. Who knows? Who cares? Anyway, yeah, back to this. What did I just put down? Sega Superstars Tennis, I think? Yeah, that game's solid. I think it's fun from childhood memory anyway. Okay, we're at the collection part. Do I want to rank these? I feel like... okay. I think the play I will go for is like... If the... No. I was gonna say if the play is like, oh, this is like a game that, what am I wording? If the collection, like, Sonic Classics 3 in 1, that's just like a menu select, and then other Sonic games that already exist. Whereas, like, Sonic Jam has, like, Sonic World. Sonic Jam's Collection Mega Collection are kind of just menus, but there's enough pizzazz, enough flavour to qualify. Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection has like more than just Sonic games. Like, am I being like, oh, well, you know what? Sonic's Ultimate Genesis Collection is going in fucking S tier because you can play Streets of Rage 2 in it. Like, nah. I'm gonna skip all the collections. That seems fair. I'll also skip. Wait, huh? Why is Colors Ultimate apparently different enough to be like on the game, but DX isn't? Whatever. Sonic at the Olympic Games Mobile. I have played this. I have played the original version of this. When it was current. my mum had it on her phone. I'll put it in D tier. I'll put it in E tier. I thought about putting it above Sonic Generations 3DS, but nah. I haven't played the Olympic Winter Games. I haven't played Tokyo 2020 on mobile. Sonic Dash. God, okay. I have put a... Well, let's find out, actually. I can find out right now how many hours I have put in Sonic Dash. I think the game still tracks that anyway. Hey Josh, your Amazon package delivered. Thanks, email. Yeah, I've been playing Dash like on and off since pretty close to release. My current playtime, 9 days and 5 hours. What is 9 days and hours? That is 100 and... Why am I... Huh? What? Fucking... Huh? 9 times 20 is 180, 9 times 4 is 36. Okay. That is 221 hours. What the fuck? How did I put that much time in a fucking mobile game? So yeah, I played Sonic Dash for 221 hours, apparently. Jesus. That doesn't feel good to admit. Well, Dash is a free lane platform switching mobile game. It's not particularly complicated. I kind of like it. I play it quite a bit. Oh my god, like... Put it back in here for a minute. I like had the thought of like putting Dash in the tier list. I like it. I play it quite a bit. The idea of saying like, yeah, Dash is better than like Sonic Advance 3 is like so... That doesn't feel right to me, but also... Because I've played it enough to be like up here. But it's not that good, I just like it though. Like, it's not that... I like getting the characters, I like getting the new variants. It's less like, this is a really good game, and more, it's kind of like a personal touch point for getting to be doing Sonic things constantly, you know? If I'm, like, not, like, coming home and, like, booting up, like, Mania or whatever... Then I can, like, oh, I'll play Dash for today. Yeah, okay, that seems fair. You know, let's just put these fucking collections down at the bottom so they're out of the way. You know, for that, just for the record, haven't played Classics 3 and 1, have played Mega Collection, haven't played Knuckles Collection. I physically own Sonic Jam, haven't played it. That's Mega Collection again. Gems Collection is how I first played, like Sonic CD and Sonic Fighters and all that. Ultimate Genesis Collection I used to own. I've played quite a bit of that. Never played PC Collection. Never played Classic Collection. I got Origins day one. I got Origins Plus day one. I've put like substantial time into both of them. Fucking 2 and 1 games, like, bro, grow up. Come on. No for any of these. I don't even remember what's in Sonic 2 and 1. Actually, it's fucking Sonic 1 and Spinball, evidently. DX Director's Cut, I have Sonic Adventure on Dreamcast and DX, physically, but I don't actually have, like, a Dreamcast, so this is the one I played first. Never played Game.com, never owned it. That's... Oh, wait. Sorry, yeah. I guess I'll put these and haven't played. These are enough video games to qualify. Whereas these collections, I just feel like, you know, like I've played them, but how am I supposed to like put them somewhere? Okay, Dash 2. Dash 2 is weird because it's kind of better than Sonic Dash from like a game design perspective, you know? There's less playable characters, but they all have gameplay differences. There's a bit more variety in your like running forward and doing shit thing. So, you know, it's better. But I don't care about it as much because it's not got all the fun other characters. I feel like I can probably put it firmly. Don't do it. See, I'm at the point where I feel like Generations 3DS is just that low for like the meme. I'm placing it there. Sonic Jump, I haven't played the original. Jump Fever isn't very good. It's like a fucking E tier. Yeah. Sonic Runners, rip to a real one, honestly. I've played a bit of Runners Revival, so it's not like I haven't been able to like check the game out properly. Let's put Runners. I think here is probably fair. I put more time into Dash because of the fact that Runners died, obviously, so, you know, but Runners was great. Runners Revival is great. Runners Adventure is quite crappy. You know what? Do I want it in E tier? Because it's just Runners, but with like preset levels and ugly. And less characters. For what's if I put it in D, it's not going above Generations 3DS. Like, nah, for sure not. I'll put it here. Yeah, that seems fair. Sonic Forces Speed Battle. Speed Battle is like a weird thing where I don't really like the gameplay that much, and I think it's kind of annoying and unbalanced, frankly. Other players can do some bullshit. It doesn't really feel skill based a lot of the time. So it ends up being another one kind of like Dash, where it's more played for me as like a touchstone, a way to interact with Sonic regularly. And I like all the characters and alts and shit. But if we're doing that, then it's not as like relaxing as Sonic Dash. To be fair, you can play like one round and then leave, so it's not as like it's not as much of a time sink. But also it kind of is. I feel like I'll put it here. See. Maybe D. God. Sonic Chronicles is very high up, isn't it, huh? Happy Sonic Live Wallpaper. That's not a fucking video game. That's a mobile port of an existing game. That's a mobile port of an existing game. I haven't played this. Mobile port of an existing game. Mobile port of an existing game. Episode Metal. Where did I put the rest of Sonic 4? Sonic 4 Episode 1 is there. Episode 2 is quite a bit higher up. Okay, Episode Metal is top of E tier. Because it's Sonic 1, or Sonic 4 Episode 1 level designs, but the enemy placement is fucking horrible. But you're playing as Metal Sonic, which is kind of cool, I guess. Tegaki Sonic, is that... I don't even think I remember this being a thing that exists. I'll pass up on that. Speed Simulator? Like, I'm noticing, by the way, that I'm coming up against, like, Slash games and Sega Cafe games and LCD games. Okay, you know what, let's work through the ones that I think are even, like, notable enough to play. I didn't know Spinball was on EA Mobile, so fuck that. TV games, fuck all the TV games. I've never owned a Sonic LCD game, except maybe, like, some McDonald's ones, but I don't care. God, there's a lot of LCD games. Wow. I've never played Sonic X or the Leapster. Sonic Tweet doesn't even sound familiar. Pocket Adventure for the Dig. No thanks. All these Sega Cafe games, I've never played any of them. It's just a... Okay, Big Fishing Adventure 3. That... It's not... Come on, that's like... It's not even like it's a Sega... It's like... It's just something like social media team like called attention to. I've played it. I don't really remember anything about it. Should I say this barely qualifies as a game? Maybe. Sonic Boom, Link and Smash I never played. Sonic X... Okay, the thing is, there's like miscellaneous Flash games in here that like there's a non-zero chance I like played as like a kid. I'm pretty sure I played Rivals Dash. I did play Shadow Flash. I played Shadow XS and Sonic XS. I don't think I played any of these other ones, except maybe Mini Toy Hero Puzzle. Okay, I feel like Speed Simulator is the last game on here that I will put on here and consider a game. I have played Speed Simulator for like a couple of hours too, across like more than one day. It wasn't just oh, I'll check this out as like a quick curiosity and then never think about it again. No, I have like tried to play it a decent amount. It's it's fun that there's a lot of characters and it's fun that there's a lot of variants. What else do I even like say about it? It's like a skate park or like a playground, you know, you just like run around as 3D Sonic. It's like decently entertaining, but also like the nature of the game is such that you're permanently just like trying to like level up and like get faster or whatever. And I don't think there's really like a comfortable level of control at any point. Like you can be too fast for most of the environment, so that's a bit like And then it's by design. It's like an idle game that you like have to actually play. Basically, like it's designed to be just like kind of a time sink for the hell of it. I don't feel like not appreciating that, but it's not quite for me. And frankly, like Jesus Christ, Roblox monetization bullshit. Holy fuck. Like all over that game there's just hey if you spend money, hey you should spend some money, you know. It's like Jesus fucking Christ, man. I'll put it in E tier. Does that seem fine? I've got 5 games in S, 2 in A. Should I move Sonic Adventure up? I feel like yeah, honestly I can. There you go. I've got less of a target on my head. B tier is maybe fine. I could probably move Murder like up higher into the tier, but I feel like because it's Rush Venture, CD, Black Knight Riders, Runners, Dash, Mean Bean Machine, Fighters. Okay, no, I like Puyo actually. Unleashed, Pocket Adventure, Advance Free, Colors Ultimate, Superstars. Superstars is like fairly low, huh? Secret Rings, Sonic 4 Episode 2, Shadow, Speed Battle, Chronicles, Team Sonic Racing, Sonic Boom. Well, Shattered Crystal specifically. I feel like I might take out some of the bullshit from here. Just to... I was gonna like take some of the crappy ones out just to make this a bit more readable. But also like, these... I mean, it's a thing of like, you know, like... Why have I not played Tales in the Music Maker, but I decided, well, Sonic Origins Plus isn't like good enough to make it on this list, you know? But then I've included other mobile games. I feel that's an important distinction to clarify, because it's not like Sonic 06 is better than Waka Waka Sonic Patrol Car. Okay, like, it is, but, you know, I'm not saying this doesn't qualify as a game because it's so fucking bad. It doesn't qualify as a game because it's a 2-minute cutscene with, like, a steering wheel. Like, come on. Okay. Okay, haven't played. Do I feel like this is fine? Probably. Yeah. Okay. This is my, this is Mugcord's official ranking of every single Sonic game for the very third anniversary. Nah, just kidding. Do I have anything else to say? Nah, not really. Yeah, that'll do. Thanks for watching.